How do you sell your copywriting services in a way that gets you the maximum income and success and respect, and that helps not just maximize the results you're getting for your clients, but maximize the results that you're getting for yourself as a copywriter, someone who makes your living by selling these copywriting services? That's what we're going to talk about throughout today's episode. And with that, let's dive in.
These are the proven direct response marketing, copywriting, and entrepreneurship success strategies you can use today to write your own ticket and create the life you want. I am Roy Furr, and this is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Now, here's today's breakthrough.
Okay, so I've seen this happen over and over again, and it's something that I've taught a better way for years now. And still, I see it happening, and so I just wanted to make this episode to address it. It's one of the major issues, one of the major problems, one of the major challenges that copywriters have in selling their services. And it's not just copywriting. Like I think that this goes on all over the place, but copywriters, we should know better. So I'm going to talk to you specifically about this in reference to copywriting. If you sell some other kind of service, if you sell some other kind of skill, you can just translate all the copywriting language and make it about what you do. So I think that what captures this the best for me is this idea that I taught a few years ago. It's the will write for food fallacy, WWFF fallacy. So a lot of times when we discover I discovered copywriting through a book called The Well-Fed Writer. And it's, hey, you can get paid as a writer. You can actually make a decent living as a writer. There's this starving artist fallacy, right? That was trying to be corrected by The Well-Fed Writer. So instead of being a starving writer, you can be a writer who gets paid well. And so I read that book, and it connected with me. And I've since realized that just turning around and saying, hey, I can write for you, will you pay me, is actually a really terrible way to sell your copywriting services. And in fact, in so many cases, clients don't even care about the writing at all. So in my circles that I run in as a professional copywriter, it is shorthand for me to say, hey, I'm a copywriter. I'll help you, write copy for your business. Because in my circles, the name copywriter, the meaning of what a copywriter is not about words. It's not about writing chunks of copy. It's about getting very specific results. And so if I'm a copywriter and I write for these clients, what I basically am saying is, hey, I help you get leads, customer sales, and profits. I help you achieve these end results that are critical to growing your business, to running your business successfully. And so all that I have to say for these businesses, because they understand what copywriter means in that regard, is, hey, I'm a copywriter. And yet so many other copywriters, they go out into the broader world with the same language, and they say, hey, do you have any copy that needs to be written? Do you have anything that needs to be written for your business? Can I write something for you? Will you pay me to write something for you? And it's this, and what happens then is, number one, the client is only thinking of your value in terms of what writing needs to happen, not what results can we get in my business, but what writing needs to happen. And that tends to be a much lower value than the results themselves. And number two, what's happening is that the client is pushing their agenda, their marketing campaign structures, their all of their different preconceived notions about what needs to happen with copy on you as the service provider, which means that you are not doing any kind of strategic advice. You're not doing any kind of strategic advising throughout the relationship. What you are doing is you're a line cook as opposed to a chef who's designing recipes. You're the person who is just doing what you're told to do. And again, like all of the different ways that we can look at this, all the different angles that we can come at this will write for food fallacy, where you're showing up and you're saying, hey, will you pay me to write for you? It leads to less respect, less income, less results, less achievement, less, by pretty much every measure, it leads to less. Versus what I'm going to talk to you about here in just a second. So when it comes to selling your copywriting services, what you need to understand is that if you show up with a results-oriented service offer, if you show up with a results-oriented service offer, that will go a long way towards achieving all the goals that you want. So rather than showing up and saying, hey, can I write for you and get paid? You show up and you say, hey, I'd like to help you generate leads for your business. Now, I have some specific methodologies that are designed to help you generate leads for your business. And if you spend at least, at least $10,000 a month, at least $50,000 a month, at least $100,000 a month, at least $1 million a month on paid advertising, you can self-select out different types of clients by having different thresholds. Or if your email list is so big or whatever, I'm going to help you generate leads for your business, and I have a methodology for doing that. And if you'd like to talk about what that looks like, let's generate some leads for you. Or I'm going to help you create campaigns that will generate fast cash flow from your email list. And I specialize in email campaigns that generate fast cash flow. Or I specialize in email autoresponder sequences. So when somebody signs up for your list, they're not just getting nothing, or they're not just getting some weak thank you email. They're getting actually a well-designed, well-sequenced series of communications designed to get them to take whatever next step that they need to take to become a customer. Or I specialize in creating funnels for information-based products that are designed to work on cold traffic and generate break-even sales on the front end and profit on the back end from day one. Or I'm just going into different ways that you can chunk. Instead of saying, hey, I write for you, what you're saying is, I get this result for you. And the copy is actually going to be the deliverable, like the tactical aspect of, oh, I'm going to sit down and write some copy. That's going to be the deliverable that you're going to give them. But you're coming at this with a higher level strategic goal in mind. And so you've developed a package around, hey, I can help you achieve this result for your business. And then the copywriting is kind of a secondary discussion. It's I write these words that actually achieve this result. And it completely shifts the perception of you as a service provider. It shifts the amount of respect that you get, because you're not showing up and asking them to tell you what to do. You're showing up and saying, hey, I'm an expert at doing this. And if this is valuable to you, this is something that you can get. It completely makes you it increases your value, your perceived value in the eyes of the client. And so when I hear copywriters that are saying oh, I'll write whatever web copy you need, or I'll write whatever, I don't know, whatever it is that you need. There is a place for that. Like if you're a staff copywriter at a business, you do have to basically be ready. Or if you choose to pursue retainer arrangements that are that kind of arrangement where you're saying, hey, I'll write what you need and you just pay me this monthly fee. Yeah, that makes sense. But for the most part, if you are if you're going to be a freelance copywriter and you're going to sell packages of services, or you're going to sell project, what you need to do is you need to show up and say, hey, I'm really good at this thing. And you need to limit your client work to that thing that you're really good at. Now, the other cool thing about this is that when you get good at something, like when you focus on something and when you do it often, you get better at it. And so you get better and better at this particular campaign type or this particular whatever it is, right? At delivering this particular package, at getting this particular result. And so you get better and better. And so your results look better. And so you get more attention for being able to achieve that result. And so you get more clients. And so you get more practice. And so you get better. And it's this virtuous feedback cycle where you just keep getting, everything keeps getting better because you have chosen to really focus on a limited aspect that is designed to get results, as opposed to, hey, I'll just write whatever you want. And so when it comes to how to sell your copywriting services, really like the biggest thing is to create a chunked package, like a package that is, I'm not selling copy like by the a la carte, right? I'm selling you a result. And the way that you get that result is through this series of copy that I create for you, this campaign that I create for you, whatever it is. And you have that process in place. You have that like defined package, and you show up and you figure out, hey, is this a good fit for this person or this client, or is it not? If it's not, I'm going to go find somebody who it is a better fit for. If it is, they're going to say, oh, that makes a ton of sense. Let's go for it, right? And when you do that, everything goes so much better. So at this point, this is where I say, if you want to go deeper into this, number one, I have a book called The Copywriter's Guide to Getting Paid, which is kind of the introduction to all this stuff. It's based on my first 10 plus years in copywriting. And it in itself is probably worth hundreds of dollars. Actually, I know that various people have read it and they've launched their copywriting careers. They've gotten their first clients. They've made thousands of dollars. Probably if we were to track back, like it's the beginning of a path where people have made tens of thousands or even into the six figures and more from launching their copywriting careers based on some of the advice in there. Also, if you do want to go deeper than that, I do offer the BTMS Insiders Training Library. It's like Netflix for copywriting and marketing training. And there is some client stuff, some copywriting business stuff, some copywriting offer stuff. And in particular, I would highlight the Copywriter's Roadmap to Building a Core Offer, which is where I first introduced the will write for food fallacy and provided the alternative and went deeper into how to build a core offer for your copywriting business. And more recently, I launched the Client Getting Blueprint, which is not necessarily focused on copywriters, but it's about going through in meticulous detail how to launch a client business, how to grow a client business. And one of the most important things that you have to establish up front is getting your offer right. And that goes deep into that. So check those out. The links are in the description. Let me know with this episode in the comments. Let me know on a scale of 1 to 10 how valuable you found it and why. What are your action items? What are your takeaways? What are you going to do as a result? How are you rethinking how you are actually even selling your copywriting services to the point that that's going to create the success that you want? Also tap that like button before you go so you get more content like this delivered to you. And so the magical algorithms of the internet know to share it with more people like you who will find it valuable. You can certainly share it with folks directly and subscribe before you go. Subscribe here. Also go to breakthroughmarketingsecrets.com. Get my daily emails Monday through Friday, including episode notifications and more exclusive content for email subscribers. And my name is Roy Furr. This has been your daily episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Again, check out the links in the description. I always aim for a 10 out of 10 value with every single episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. I hope that I've delivered it here, and I look forward to catching you again in the next episode. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you once again for tuning in to this daily episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Remember, check out the links with this episode for even more value. Now make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and engage in every way you can to keep this show going and growing and delivering daily value to you. I'll catch you soon for your next big breakthrough.